This match has been played 20 times and Chelsea has come on top 11 times. And Brighton has only managed to beat Chelsea 3 times, total times we have been meeting. So when you look at this match, it's a match we always have the upper hand. Under Pochettino, when Pochettino was our manager, we played Brighton 3 times, even including the preseason. And we did what? We thrashed them. We win. This season alone, the first time we met at the Stamford Bridge, we take them on and we beat them 4-2. That was a firing Chelsea. But now, we have a misfiring Chelsea. In our last 3 matches, we haven't had a 2 consecutive win. We win, we draw, or we win, we lose the next match. And for Brighton, they have been on form because in the last 5 matches, they have had 2 wins. Actually, they have 3 consecutive wins and 2 consecutive losses. The last match was against Nottingham Forest, which was 7-0. And that is one thing that I'm going into this match and I'm very, very hopeful that we could win. And obviously, the first leg that was 4-2. No, the Premier League fixture that was 4-2, because this is an FA Cup fixture. The Premier League fixture that was 4-2, which was at Stamford Bridge. Obviously, we'll be having them later next week, I think on Friday for the Premier League. Yeah, at the Amex Stadium as well. Bro, and apparently some people think that we are Brighton senior team, because we are the senior Brighton. We have Caicedo and some of the players that we are the senior Brighton. We have Sanchez, so that makes us senior Brighton. We have Cucurella as well. Obviously, we are in for Ivan Ferguson, who was their player. So, and it's not what's the vocabulary? It's no news that we love Brighton stuffs. We love their things. We love taking players. We love taking board members of them, and not just that. We love taking points of them, and we love beating them. So it's a Brighton Chelsea thing, and the fans doesn't really fuck with Chelsea fans. They don't like Chelsea fans. You get me? The last match 7-0 against Nottingham Forest. Now that will mean 2 things. It's either they are coming in fired up, to either make a statement or recover for that match, or we will pile up the misery. Now, if we look at Chelsea, do we look like a team that could pile up the misery for Brighton? Definitely, we have the qualities, but have we been doing it in the past 3? Not even in the past 2 months, in the past 2 months since December, we have not been doing it. I don't think we have had total of 5 wins from December till now. I don't really think we might. I don't think. Okay, yeah, we do. I think after Shamrock, that's when we started to hit the sham. And after that escape at Stamford Bridge against West Ham. Now I don't know how long we will continue with the form we are on. I go into matches and I'm not really confident of how the team is going to perform. I'm not confident if you are going to win. I'm not confident if Chelsea is if we are going to get through that match, picking the 3 points, or if like FA Cup fixture is going to be like winning and going through the next round. I'm not really sure. And we went to the window, we came out weak. The window is meant to strengthen a team, but we went into it and we came out weak. We lost Disasi. We are very happy he's gone. Don't get me wrong. We lost Felix, who report says that he said he wants to leave. We lost Cassidy, who you can say is not really an important player, or he answers when he's being called upon. And the only player we brought in was Matisse Amogo, who only started for Saint-Etienne 9 times, and that was during the earlier stage of the season, and he has been coming in for bench cameos and stuff. Now, if you look at Mathias Amagu, is this a player that is going to help Chelsea? Is this a player that strengthens us? We have a striking issue. Obviously, Guiu Guiu picked up an injury against West Ham. You know, that move that when Pedro Neto gave him the ball and he kind of missed it, so he picked up an injury and he's definitely not going to be available for this match. And Nico Jackson wasn't pictured in training. Obviously, Marc hasn't done his press conference as of when I'm recording this video, so we'll get the update when the press conference drops. And for injury update, let's just get into it. Disasi is training now. You get me? He's training now, but I don't think he's returning for this match. Wesley Fana as well. He's training he's training now, and I think he returns next month. I think so. Now we don't have any players returning. Romeo Lavia. Let's not even go back. Let's not even go there, man. Let's not even go there. Now we look at our backline. Because this match is going to be crazy. Because last match, after we won West Ham, the coach said he was resting Sanchez, and I hope Sanchez rest in peace. Not like rest in peace. He should keep resting. That's all I'm saying. I'm not wishing him death, but I just don't want to see him. I don't want to see him in the lineup. I don't want to see him starting for Chelsea. I don't even want to see him on the bench. But I could take the bench, but he should keep resting. Jorgensen needs to be given a run of games. We need to see Jorgensen often, and then if he makes his mistakes, and then we now know we have a goalkeeping problem. But we can't say we have a goalkeeping problem when the board, the goalkeeping coaches, and the manager keep starting Robert Sanchez. So let's give Jorgensen a chance, which I'm sure. See, I said it and I say it again. I trust anybody more than Sanchez. I'll trust my father on the goalpost than Robert Sanchez. I'm not even lying. I'm not even kidding. I don't even say it to sound funny. What I told you, what I'm telling you is real. I trust I don't like Disasi, but I trust Disasi as my goalkeeper than Sanchez. You get me? At least I know Disasi is not a goalkeeper, but Sanchez, who is a goalkeeper, he can keep shit. Sanchez is let me describe to you Sanchez as a goalkeeper. Sanchez is asking an Igbo woman to be a keeper for you when you don't have money. If you don't have money and you're asking Igbo woman to be a keeper for you. So if you're Nigerian, I think you get the joke. So Sanchez is not nah man. So I don't want to see him. I hope he gets injured. I don't wish injury on my players, but fuck it, man. I hope he gets injured. I hope I don't want to see him, and that is one thing that is scary. Is scared. I'm scared of. And Guiu is another player that I really think that needs to be rested as well. I think he's tired. Obviously, I think he has talents. But man, Guiu is not a starting level for Chelsea. He's quite a young player, 22 years old, very, very young. I don't think he's a starting player for Chelsea, so I think he should be rested as well. What else do we have to talk? Brighton. Broski, I'm mixed with. I think I have mixed feelings because I can't remember the last time Brighton beat us. It's been long. I think that was Cucurella days when Cucurella was still at Brighton. I think that was the last time they beat us. They have only beaten us 3 times, so that's not much. I think I'll give you my starting 11 and my scoreline prediction. So yeah, here's my starting 11. Obviously on goalpost, for the first time I'm going with a keeper I trust, and I'm hoping the manager goes with it in Flip Jorgensen, who I think maybe not is starting level for Chelsea, but I haven't seen him play a lot of time for me to say he's not Chelsea level. You get me? Because the level that Sanchez has put us in, man, we should be aiming higher. So let me not say he's not Chelsea level. We have to see what happens. Give him a run of game and see what happens. You get me? My two centre back. I think Chelsea used against Wolf, which was reliable, and Enzo Maresca tried a different thing against Man City, which didn't work. Try a different thing against West Ham, and we kind of figure out that where the problem is. You get, I think Corey will get his opportunity. But for this match, I'm going with Tosin Adrabayo and Trevor Chalobah. We saw them against Wolves. If not for Sanchez Bozojin, we would have left that match with a clean sheet, and that is something we don't see often this season. So I'm starting with two of them because see, currently these two at best are backups. Like, these two are not the level of centre back I used to see at Chelsea. So I think, but they are the best we have. They are the best we have, and that is Tosin and Chalobah. I think they will do a very, very good job stopping that Brighton number 9. I think Joao Pedro play there for them. They will do a very, very good job stopping Joao Pedro. And I didn't even talk about Brighton players. I think we'll get to them in the end. And I'll have Malo Gusto, who came in last game and changed the game. Definitely. Another thing is that I think James need to be rested as well. Injury, the kind of player he is, goes back and forth, and I love the way the manager has been managing him. He hasn't played a full 90 minutes since he returned. Play here, goes out, play here, goes out. So I think he should be rested for the Friday fixture against Brighton and still in the Premier League. I think Malo Gusto can do the job. And if Malo Gusto doesn't do it, then maybe 60 minutes we came out, and James plays the remaining 30 minutes or 30 something odd minutes here and there. And right side, I'll be starting Marc Cucurella. See, that brother will be starting lots of game, and we just pray nothing happens to him, because bro, if anything happens to Cucurella, nobody can do what he does. Gusto is good, but man, he can't do what Cucurella does. James, bro, we know James can run that up and down, underlap, overlap, and stuff. You get me? He's an egg, so he might break. So James can do it. So Cucurella, and my midfield, I would have loved to go with Caicedo and Drewsbury Hall for me, because I haven't seen Drewsbury Hall play. But the last time I saw Drewsbury Hall play, I think he was solid. You get me? And I think there's a probability Caicedo starts with Drewsbury Hall. You get me? But I think I'll be going with Caicedo and Enzo. And if you notice, I didn't really heavily rotate this squad. Why? Because I think FA Cup should be on top of our list, and this is a cup we need to be getting. We're not winning the Premier League, they're not in the Champions League, Conference League and FA Cup will not be bad, and that's something we should be targeting to get. You get me? So Conference League and FA Cup, I think that's a good season for me. You get me? Considering where the level is at, because we have dropped so much in the levels, like the levels has dropped so badly. You get me? So who else do we have here? Yeah, and the number 10 row, I think I wouldn't have had Kopama. I had Nkunku there, but I think we'll go with Kopama at number 10, given that we don't know if Nicolas Jackson will be available for this match, and Guiu is definitely not available. So I think I will go with Kopama in the number 10, and the right wing side I'll go with Pedro Neto, because he came in and he did a very, very good match. He had a very, very good cameo, kind of impacted the game. And I'm not the biggest fan of Pedro Neto. I still think he's a fraud. I genuinely still think he's a fraud. But I think for the impact and for what he did, like I said, I need this coach to reward players. If you play well, you get rewarded, and that's kind of breeds competition, and everyone wants to get better. And one thing I know about Noni Madueke, he loves competition. So if you get sat on the bench for Pedro Neto, trust me, when next is coming in, he's making assist or a goal. So I think Pedro Neto should start. And given that Brighton might come with Highline, I think he's the best, one of the best. I think he could do a very, very good job there with his pace. You get me? Bust his pace and pass that Brighton midfield, defense. And at the other side, Jordan Sancho, who was hooked in the 51 minutes alongside Jackson in the Premier League this Monday. I think he should be starting. But the thing is, I don't think maybe we see Tyreek George coming and stuff like that. But yeah, I think Jordan Sancho should be starting. And my number 9, I would like, we don't have a choice now. You have to play Christopher Nkunku, who I think if he's staying, I think he should get a run of game. He should get minutes here and there, enough minutes that he has been getting in the past few weeks. You get me? Maybe get his price up, or maybe if Chelsea wants him to stay, which I don't think they want, because I think they will be bringing in players in his position as well. So Christopher Nkunku as a number 9. Now let's talk about Brighton. I think do we have the players to deal with Minta, Joao Pedro, who else? Minta, Mitoma, yeah. I think James could have has handled Mitoma in the past, but I don't know if Malo as well has handled him. But with the current system we are playing, our wing backs or full backs are expected to do multiple roles, and not just them doing the traditional wing back role. With Malo Gusto, he has to invert, he has to know when to invert, and all these things, and like too much information. I think he's adapting with. How will he be able to handle that? And I think if Mitoma and Minta have a very, very good game, I think we are done, man. We are cooked. But for that Cucurella side, I think Minta will be there, and I'm sure Cucurella will deal with him. But a problem now lies on whether our 2 centre backs will deal with Joao Pedro, which I think they have the qualities to deal with him, and whether whether Malo Gusto could curtail Mitoma. You get me? And if you look at their midfield, they have quite some good players, which I don't really know any right now. Like, I don't watch Brighton, let's be honest, and I didn't really make research on their players, so I won't come here and be telling you yeah. So I only know their forward lines because against Manchester United as well, and they has been getting into news, and they have been doing some madness this season. So yeah, and they have a chip on their shoulder, the 7-0. So I think they'll be coming out for blood. They're definitely coming out for blood. Yeah, so that we just have to see what happens there. And now for my scoreline, I think I'll go with 4-2, exactly the same scoreline as first match. We are going to concede. No, man, we have Jorgensen and Chalobah. Fuck it, man. We're not conceding. 3-1. You get me? 3-1. The only reason why we even considered was because the goalkeeper Sanchez, he gifted them 2 goals. So 3-1. Now who is going to score for us? I don't really know. Yeah, I don't really know. So yeah, so that's all for now. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. You go be.